Hey guys, happy Halloween everyone. Today I got what I did was I got an iPhone 3GS because I needed an iPod instead of having to put all my shit on my iPhone. So while we're at this, I decided that I would go on, let that focus, and do iOS 6 versus iOS 5 because this one's running iOS 5 and this one's running iOS 6. And I just kind of wanted to clarify on the things that this does that I like better and this does that I like better. Now, as you all know, iOS 6 is the newest and most recent iOS software, which is a good software, which I'm running on my 4S, and then iOS 5, which actually was just when I bought this, it came with iOS 5 on it. So, basically, I really want to focus on the iOS 5 in this video, but I'm going to do comparisons, and, anyway, basically, what the main thing about iOS 5 that I enjoy is the YouTube. The YouTube is, and I was looking at Onision, by the way. The YouTube is the built-in YouTube, and they still have the servers up and everything, so you can still use it even if you haven't upgraded to iOS 6. And, I love this software just because you still have iMessage and you have everything that you have on iOS 6, but you don't have Passbook, which, oh, come on, who really uses Passbook? And you don't have, what's the other feature? You don't have the new maps, and you don't have the tapped post, which as you can see in this one, it has tapped post, on tap to post Twitter and tap to post Facebook, and this one you don't have that, and I do not live in Cupertino. That one's right. Anyway, so basically, this one's acting a little bit. This is what I'm using as my iPod. Other features that I've noticed on iOS 5 versus iOS 6, there's really not that much of a difference. A lot of people have been bitching about the YouTube, but I've learned to get over it, and I still have the old YouTube on this, which I'm using as my iPod, I can still put a SIM card in, it would work as an iPhone, but, basically, one of the main things in this is when you click on an image, like let me show you guys real quick, an image of me, for example. When you click on it, you get this look, and with the new, which I love, with the new iOS 6, you get that. And that versus that, that looks a lot better. People like that. And one thing I've noticed that they've done with this iOS 6 and the iOS 5 is they've taken color out of the, hold on one second, you guys. One second. I have to do something to show you guys this. General. No. I know this video is not going to be that good, but oh well. Keep all. Alright, so if you look at the top of this, you have the color. On the new one, you do not have the color. It is black and white, which, I guess is nice. It's nice, but it's not. I like the original iPhone look, and just from, Apple and everything, the original's gone now. This is more of the original iPhone look. It looks more like, they still kept the original design and everything, but what I'm saying is they've taken the color out, they put more, like music player. Music player was like this. Wait till it focuses, sorry. It looks just like an original iPod. That's the way the original stuff looked. And I like that because I like to stick to the original. Nowadays, you get something more of a completely different look. You get this. Now, I can't really do a comparison on internet because, this is a 3GS versus a 4S. Obviously, what's going to win? It's kind of obvious. But, basically, my main complaints that I want to kind of focus out on this is, and the complaints that I hear is, the built-in YouTube's gone. That's one. A lot of people are complaining about the look from what I've heard. iOS 5 is a really good operating system, but you can't downgrade. There is a way to downgrade, And originally, my favorite, you're going to think I'm crazy, but my favorite operating system for the iPhone is iOS 4. To me, iOS 4 was my favorite. Even though I didn't have iMessage and all those great features, iOS 4 was the best. Because you still have the multitask and everything in iOS 4, you just don't have iMessage and slide down. Which, you know, I mean, I don't really give a shit about the slide down, but I guess some people do. But yeah, this is pretty much this video, and I just kind of wanted to point out things that I like, things that I don't like, and let me go on and do one last thing that I just remembered is the App Store. Let me show you guys the App Store. One day. You know, I mean, I love AT&T. They're really sweet to me. The new App Store is very, I have updates, very like this. I mean, you have to scroll page to page to page for different apps. The old App Store is more of like, hold on one second, you guys, like this. I mean, it's just a lot, you know, you can just scroll real fast instead of having to scroll like this. And the same thing goes for iTunes. I'm going to open up iTunes on both of these, and I'll just show you. When it loads, very scrolling. I mean, I love this scroll. That's what I love about iOS 5. And with the new one, new iOS 6 on my iPhone 4S, well, sorry, AT&T in my area isn't the best service by no means. And I have a glitchy iPhone. Anyway, it's more like this, you know, I mean, when you go to the new singles, you know, you only get a list of like 20 singles. When you go to new singles here, which I don't even remember how to do it, it's been so fucking long since I've had it, you know, you have this, and I like the artwork and everything of it, but you get, you know, a different look. And with the new, or the old, I mean, it's very, you know, I mean, you get a shitload. So, I mean, basically, my main complaints are the YouTube, my main one is the YouTube. I have to admit, YouTube is my only really complaint. If they kept the YouTube, I would have been okay with it. The new design, I don't like that much. I like it. It's fancy. It's very different from original, but, you know, I'm an original person, so I like to stick to the original. Anyway, that's it. I'm wearing, if you can see, my skull. But anyway, that's it, and thank you guys, and subscribe. Bye.